It's Tuesday, March 9th, 2021. Tech rallied big time today in the stock market, and the ARK Funds were no exception. And so I thought it would be useful to take a look at a couple of articles that have come out on the topic of a recent PR tour that the head of ARK, the ARK CIO, Cathie Wood, has been undertaking. And the story I really want to zero in on through several slides has been written by Tyler Durden, who publishes the Zero Hedge website. So let's start off over here. This is the headline: Afternoon Wood, ARK founder says carnage coming in energy and finance, optimistic about tech names. Not much new there, actually. And the quote takeaway that caught my eye in the first couple of paragraphs is, "The worst thing that could happen to us would be a tech bubble," she said, apparently unaware of what has happened in the last 12 months. And my note is, sure looks like it. And so what is she missing? She's missing the fact that the contrarian segment of the investor community has been looking to burst the tech bubble for some time, actually for the last year or so. There have been several onslaughts on tech. Most of them have faded back, but this current one looks like it's going to stick. And so I'm voicing an agreement here with Mr. Durden's feeling and noting that it sure does look like it. Makes sense here. The next point I'd like to cover is, deeper in the article, Durden mentions a couple of topics of conversation in an interview that Miss Wood had with Wilfred of CNBC. And the first thing that caught my eye down here is a quote: "We believe Elon Musk, who over the weekend figured out that Tesla would offer full service driving to anyone that wants it, is going to be able to show us the path to autonomous quicker than analysts expect." Ooh, hold on a moment here. We're talking about the Tesla manufacturer with a number of cases pending in courts where the owners of the Tesla fell asleep at the wheel, did other kinds of things, allowed the car to use an autonomous system which has been reported to be incorrectly configured and couldn't discern or couldn't make out the difference between the back end of a 10-wheeler and therefore smashed itself into the back of that 10-wheeler. And we're talking about letting this guy go reign-free and bringing to market a level 5 autonomous vehicle. My question is, wonder what the U.S. Department of Transportation will make of it should Musk act as Miss Wood implies. I don't think they're going to be too receptive to it. And the technology in the Tesla isn't there to justify that. So that's a bunch of Kool-Aid, in my opinion. The second point is, Tesla has passed through that phase of its life, she said. It's leading the charge in battery costs, and with its AI chip, which he says was 4 years ahead of NVIDIA when it was produced. Whoa, how do you compare a Tesla chip to a chip that was manufactured to support massively parallel computing? How do you take, what's your concept of AI and what's your knowledge of semiconductors that you juxtapose those two architectures in the same sentence? I hope the readers can get another sense. We might be looking at some Kool-Aid here. And I know, too bad Wilfred didn't go deeper on this one. It also takes a lot more than an AI chip to field a level 5 autonomous vehicle in a manner that protects the public and also successfully operates. And who knows what she meant by saying that Tesla was way ahead of NVIDIA with regards to the development of GPUs, which are designed for massively parallel computing requirements. The next is the following. Elon Musk has famously called LiDAR And this is an excerpt scraped from a CNBC story because I want to dive deeper into the Tesla piece of what she had to say here. And the title of the story is Tesla versus Lucid. Here's how the EV rivals are and aren't alike. And on the topic of LiDAR, which is an onboard obstacle detection system, as well as a mapping system that educates the computer in the vehicle as to what the surroundings are, and a technology which, as the story does say below the highlighted paragraph, many autonomous system engineers believe LiDAR is critical for making cars truly driverless. Nevertheless, Elon Musk, he wants to stand out, let's put it that way in polite terms. And the quote is, Elon Musk has famously called LiDAR, or light ranging and detection sensors, a fool's errand. The sensors work by using pulsed lasers to create something like a live 3D map of a vehicle's surroundings that can be read by onboard computer systems. It's an outrageous comment, and again, in my opinion, it falls into the category of Kool-Aid, it meaning Elon Musk's comment. Moving forward, getting back to the ARK story, or the story about the interview with Cathie Wood. Here we have her comment about Bitcoin. We do think Bitcoin is what she's referring to by it, will behave more like the fixed income market, believe it or not, or the market for Bitcoin will be more like the fixed income market, believe it or not. She commented, we would not be surprised to see this new asset class act like part of a diversification strategy similar to one that people use with stocks and bonds, she explained. Well, anyone who's taken a look at the holdings of the ARK funds will note one Bitcoin play to date. That is GBTC, where ARK has a position of somewhere between 4 and 5% of the total fund value of ARKW invested in GBTC. GBTC is Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. What GBTC does is they wield a tool called a premium, which is supposed to float somewhere around 2% relative to the price of Bitcoin. Well, that's great as long as Bitcoin's going up or Bitcoin's relatively flat. But our experience has been when Bitcoin is going down, that premium grows massively in a negative manner to the tune of 100% below the price of Bitcoin. Not something for the faint of heart, and not something surely for the fixed income market. Again, this is an exaggeration. The interviewers at CNBC might have exercised some caution as she made this comment, in my opinion. Next, when asked about another underappreciated name, Wood said that Invitae is investing aggressively to be the leader in the molecular diagnostic space. The company is leading the genomic revolution, she said. What is not mentioned here is that ARK is the biggest holder anywhere of Invitae stock. So blowing your own horn a little bit here, kind of looks that way. Again, she's not called out for it. Getting back to Tesla. So here's a story from Electric. Tesla is losing market share to Ford Mustang Mach-E, according to Morgan Stanley. What is the justification for, and today Tesla went up, I think 40%, 50% almost. The price of Tesla stock is totally disconnected from the contribution of the company and its position in the EV market. As Morgan Stanley has noted here, the Mach-E is 100%, and I'll show that in the next slide, the reason for the attrition or Tesla losing market share in a recent study. So let's go over to that one right now. There we have it. BEV sales outgrew the total market by nearly 40%. EV plus 34% year over year, adjusted versus total market down 5%. Tesla's share of the BEV market declined significantly to 69% versus 81% in the prior year. The Ford Mustang Mach-E accounted for nearly 100% of the share loss. this is clearly, to anybody with a position in Tesla or who's looking at Tesla as a possible investment, a shot across the bow. There's no justification for the enormous inflation of Tesla relative to other car manufacturers. So it's just absolutely none. The last one, now here we have a big company called Volkswagen, arguably the first or the second largest manufacturer globally of automobiles. And they've come in with a car called the ID.3, which another investment bank, in this case UBS, finds is totally comparable in quality to a Tesla. So that's another warning, or that should be another warning sign to investors thinking of dropping in after this huge run-up that Tesla had along with the other techs today. A note of caution and a little bit of skepticism would certainly help. My name's Ira Michael Blonder. I'm the CEO and founder of an advisory firm called IMB Enterprises Incorporated. We work with early stage entrepreneurs in the enterprise software business. We've done that for over 10 years or close to 10 years now. So we have absolutely recent experience working with very, very large organizations employing tens of thousands of people on the topic of digital transformation, etc. I'm also an investor, and I'm interested in self-driving vehicles. I'm interested in ARK and tech and the market in general. If you have a topic and you can talk about it in less than 15 minutes, a call like that is always free, so please don't hesitate ringing me up. My phone number is 631-673-2929 in the United States. I have a Twitter page at Mike the Bebop, and we have a web page, http://www.imbenterprises.com/our-blog. Check it out. Talk with you soon.